Today, Michiana mourns the loss of one of the Berrien County bailiffs killed inside the Berrien County Courthouse Monday afternoon. You are looking live outside of the Mendel Center in Benton Harbor, where Joseph Zangaro will be laid to rest. Now, the second part of this service is about to begin as thousands have gathered there this afternoon. The man we are honoring, you see on your screen, Joseph Zangaro. To his family and his friends, he was Joe, retired police officer turned bailiff and security supervisor at the Berrien County Courthouse. Monday, he was gunned down as shots rang out inside the courthouse. Another bailiff, Ron Kinzel, was also shot and killed. His funeral will be held Monday afternoon at the Mendel Center as well. Zangaro was 61 years old. We interrupt scheduled programming to honor and remember the life of a brave man who was gunned down while protecting our community. Good afternoon, I'm Brian Dorman. We are taking a live look outside of the Mendel Center. You can see for the second part of that service. That is why we are breaking into programming this evening to share that with you. There'll be a folding of the American flag, a 21-gun salute, taps will be played. His last call will also go out over police scanners. If you have one at home, you may be able to listen to that as well. Joseph Zangaro, 61 years old, from Stevensville, Michigan, born January 24th in Battle Creek, survived by his mom, Helen, loving wife Karen, daughters Katie and Emily. In fact, Katie at one point was a news reporter. He also had several grandkids. Preceded in death by his father, Joseph. Joe attended Lakeview High School, graduated in 1973. This is a live look for you can see Michigan State Police lined up there for the 21-gun salute. In front of those state troopers, you can see all the people, family and friends, members of the community that have gathered there to honor Joe. Thousands, 2,000 to 3,000 people were told packed into the Mendel Center to hear the remarks of a life that was full of service in Michigan State Police, service at the Berrien County Courthouse. Joe started his career in law enforcement and retired as first lieutenant of the Bridgman, Michigan State Police Post, serving 25 years with Michigan State Police. After a short retirement from Michigan State Police, Joe became head of security at the Berrien County Courthouse, serving over the bailiffs there for 13 years. And on Monday, that is when tragedy unfolded. Gunshots rang out inside the Berrien County Courthouse around 2:30. And what did Joe do? Joe went running. Witnesses tell ABC 57 News this week. He went running towards those gunshots as that man was able to get a gun from a county deputy. And he went running towards those shots to try to figure out what was going on, running into danger. That is when he and Ron Kinzel, a colleague of his, were both shot and killed in those quick moments that unfolded Monday afternoon inside the Berrien County Courthouse. Berrien County Courthouse reopened to workers on Wednesday, reopened to the public yesterday, open again today, serving the people of Berrien County. And again, if you are just joining us here this afternoon, we want to let you know that we are breaking into programming here as we honor the life of Joe Zangaro. ABC 57's Vahid Sadrazadeh is live for us, feet away from this portion of the ceremony that will take place here any moment. And Vahid, walk us through what we can expect here. Vahid Sadrazadeh live for us outside of the Mendel Center, bringing us this coverage this afternoon. Also our photojournalist Matthew Armitage also on hand, providing us some of the video images that you are seeing. That funeral taking place at 1 o'clock this afternoon inside the Mendel Center. We're told U.S. Representative Fred Upton was in attendance this afternoon, although he did not speak. He was there showing his support. Also with him, we are told that there were some 2,000 uniformed police officers, members of law enforcement from the state of Michigan, the state of Indiana, as well as the country that have joined there to pay tribute to Joe Zangaro this afternoon. On your screen right now, you can see those brothers and sisters in blue. What a difficult day. What a difficult week. We had no idea that Monday afternoon, this is what our week was going to be like, did we? And on this Friday afternoon, a celebration of life. What started on Monday as complete chaos and tragedy, ending on this Friday afternoon in celebration. That is what his family wanted, a celebration of Joe Zangaro, just 61 years old, as he was gunned down inside the Berrien County Courthouse in St. Joseph, Michigan, Monday afternoon. In this shot that you are looking at here on your screen, Michigan State Police lined up. Those state troopers there will give the 21-gun salute. If you look a little bit farther there in the distance, you can see all of the people that are gathered there We are told thousands, as many as 3,000 people, family, friends, law enforcement, members of the community. This service open to the public, closed to the media. That is why you did not see images from inside the service as it unfolded around 1 o'clock, went till about 20 after 2. You can see all the people that are gathered there, gathered for the folding of the American flag, the 21 gun salute. They will play taps. They will also do a final call over the police scanner. If you have a police scanner at home, you will likely be able to hear that. As we honor Joe, I want to just talk a little bit about his life, the people who loved him the most, as we get ready for the second portion of this service to begin. When it does, of course, we'll go right to it. Joe Zangaro, 61 years old, born in Stevensville, Michigan in Berrien County, born in Battle Creek, rather, on January 24th, lived in Stevensville, Michigan in Berrien County, preceded in death by his father, Joseph. Joe attended Lakeview High School, graduating in the year 1973, and his career was all about service. He started his career in law enforcement and retired as a first lieutenant of the Bridgman, Michigan State Police Post after 25 years. And then his wife telling us that he just had just a short retirement, wasn't able just to stay home and do nothing after all those years with Michigan State Police Post. Joe became head of security at the Berrien County Courthouse, in a job that he did well and served on for a very long time. In fact, he worked there inside the Berrien County Courthouse, overseeing all of the bailiffs, including his colleague, Ron Kinzel, who was also shot and killed Monday afternoon, for 13 years. And speaking of Ron's service will be held 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the Mendel Center. It will be just like Joe's service that is unfolding here on this Friday afternoon. ABC 57's Vahid Sadrazadeh standing by for us, our photojournalist Matt Armitage providing this video that we are looking at here. As everybody continues to gather, it'll take a moment here for everybody to usher out of the Mendel Center. We had so many of them. As we zoom in closely, it looks like this may be the family of Joe's. We know that a luncheon is going to begin here after this portion of the service. We're waiting for this portion of the service to begin. The folding of the American flag, the 21 gun salute, taps will be played, and there'll be a final call on the police radio that will happen. Boy, just an absolutely difficult week, as we've been covering this for you all week long. When this unfolded on Monday to this point today, this celebration of life for Joseph Zangaro. What we are looking at here are images outside of the Mendel Center at Lake Michigan College in Benton Harbor on Napier Avenue. Officials telling us this week that as many as 3,000 people were able to fit inside. They even had set up some overflow rooms to make sure that everybody was going to be able to be inside. And that we also have the luncheon that will begin after this begins. If you are living in this area, just want to also pass along, your avenue is closed right now. That is because of the funeral service that continues. Let's go back now to ABC 57's Vahid Sadrazadeh. Vahid, what do you see from your vantage point? You're up on top of a live truck and able to oversee what is happening there outside of the Mendel Center. And Vahid, while I have you, I'd like to talk with you here for a moment. If we have to get right to this part of the service, of course, my apologies here in advance. I just want to talk to you because you are our first news reporter that pulled up on the scene as this tragedy unfolded Monday afternoon around 2:30 in the afternoon in St. Joseph, Michigan, outside the Berrien County Courthouse. You and I have had a lot of private conversations throughout this week talking about how difficult this story has been for both of us to cover. Of course, Torian was with you as well, Sarah Revest. It has not been easy on our crew. What are your reflections as we look back on these past several days? Use the word numb and numbing. I tweeted that out on Monday afternoon. You know, we had, as you mentioned, a horrible week in the news cycle the week before from Minnesota, Louisiana. The 5 police officers shot and killed downtown Dallas. And then for this to unfold, as you mentioned, in our backyard on Monday afternoon, to be deploying our own news reporters to stand up here on our anchor desk and dress our community. I mentioned that it is so difficult to see it happen in another community and to report from the outside, but it is numbing, the same words I used on Monday, numbing when it is happening to your community. And you said it so eloquently, Vahid, that this week began with tragedy, and now on this Friday afternoon ending in celebration. That is what his family wanted, a celebration of Joe Zangaro's life, of his career, and the family wants everyone to know that Joe was love, love, love. He loved his job. Couldn't stay in retirement, could he, Vahid? Loved his family, loved his grandkids, his wife, his mom's still alive. He was a family guy, a protector. You're getting that sense, aren't you, Vahid, outside of the Mendel Center today, leading up to the service and now here after the service? Well, I was talking with Alexandra earlier today. She's now working down in Nashville, Tennessee. She tweeted me back today and said, you know what, he was a good man, a good man. As I mentioned, one of his daughters was a news reporter. Alexandra shared with me that on one of her first times inside the Berrien County Courthouse that she was rushing to get everything together, and Vahid, you know what that's like. Rushing to get everything together, she's carrying her camera, she's carrying her tripod, all that stuff inside the courthouse. She said, you know what, Joe came on over to me, she shared with me, and helped me carry in my equipment. I was running late. He helped me because he said that his daughter was once a news reporter and he knew how difficult the job is. That's the kind of guy that Joe was, not only to those that knew him inside the courthouse, to his family and friends, but even to our news reporter, somebody who was most helpful. And Vahid, as we know, on Monday afternoon, Joe did not run away. He ran into danger when he heard those gunshots ring out, ran into danger to find out what was going on. When he found a sheriff's deputy in danger, struggling with the suspect, he went to help. And that is when he and his colleague Ron Kinzel lost their life. And Vahid, as you were first on the scene there at the Berrien County Courthouse Monday afternoon, you were also one of the first on the scene today at the Mendel Center leading up to this celebration of life for Joe. Would you please just walk us through what you saw, the people you saw, the law enforcement that you saw, all filing into the Mendel Center before 1 o'clock this afternoon? Very well said. Vahid Sadarizadeh live for us outside of the Mendel Center there as we honor the life of Joe Zangaro. He deserves a send-off like this. Could not have said it better myself. If you are just joining us here this Friday afternoon, we are interrupting scheduled programming to bring you the funeral service that is unfolding right now for Joseph Zangaro, 61 years old, gunned down inside the Berrien County Courthouse, a bailiff inside the courthouse Monday afternoon. We are waiting for the second leg of this service to get underway. The first one was private, open to the public. Media asked not to be inside and not to pass along the service live on television. Of course, we respected that this afternoon. What you're looking at here is the second part of the service, which we have been invited to. It is outside the Mendel Center. You can see all the Michigan State Troopers there, other members of law enforcement. We are told some of them from the state of Indiana, of course, from the state of Michigan, and other states around our country have gathered there, some 2,000 of them, men and women in uniform, there to pay tribute to Joe Zangaro. We are waiting here for the folding of the American flag. We're going to bring that to you live. We're also going to bring you the 21 gun salute live, as well as the playing of taps and the final call on the police scanner, the final send-off for Joseph Zangaro, happening there in Benton Harbor outside the Mendel Center in Berrien County this afternoon. And his family wanted this today to be a day of celebration. Can't help but look at these images unfold here this afternoon and have a heavy heart, though. Somebody who has given so much in his career, so much in law enforcement, and his family saying that he was not retired for very long at all, and Joe had to get back up and get moving. And he did that inside the Berrien County Courthouse, where he oversaw the bailiffs for some 13 years after serving 25 years with Michigan State Police. So today, Joseph, you deserve all of this. You deserve all of those thousands of people who have shown up on your behalf today. You deserve this coverage that we are bringing you today for protecting us for so long. Joseph Zangaro, 61 years old, born January 24th in Battle Creek, Michigan. Lived in Michigan his whole life. Served the state of Michigan his whole life. Survived by his mom, Helen, his loving wife, Karen, and his daughters, Katie and Emily. And he also loved his grandkids so very much. We want to listen in now to this portion of the service, the folding of the American flag, the 21 gun salute, taps, as well as the final call here tonight. Before we do that, though, one of the men who knew Joseph the very best was Berrien County Sheriff Paul Bailey. Bailey was tasked with delivering the most difficult news that one of his colleagues, one of his closest friends, was shot and killed Monday afternoon. His speech, it was so very emotional. Morning anchor Drew Gardner takes us back here for a moment to walk us through those moments. All right, and right now unfolding on your screen, the second part of this service in which the family has invited us to the folding of the American flag, the 21-gun salute, the playing of taps, as well as the final call. We want to listen in now to this portion of the service as we continue to honor and pay tribute to Joseph Zangaro. That concludes the funeral service for Joseph Zangaro, Berrien County bailiff, shot and killed inside the Berrien County Courthouse Monday afternoon. Our coverage will continue this evening starting on ABC 57 News at 5 o'clock. We thank you for joining us on this Friday afternoon as we celebrate the life and the career of Joseph Zangaro. We return now to programming already in progress. I'm Brian Dorman. This has been an ABC 57 News special report.